much makeup caked on, talking when the game's on.
I'm here with MC and Abby Copabianco.
Love it.
Saying that name. And Abby had a question for the experts at Single Mentality.
That'd be you and I.
That would be us.
Experts.
Yes.
I don't like the quotes. I like getting bold.
My question is, why does a man feel the need to take your number and then never call? There's not a girl that I know that wouldn't be fine with talking to a guy for a while and him just walking away if he had no interest in calling her.
Okay. You want to take this first? Or you want me to take it?
I've never done it.
Good.
Like if I'm going to take your number, I'm going to call you or text you or whatever. But
that is admirable.
I don't. No, I would just kind of slink away from the situation if I didn't want to talk to you anymore. But usually I've got these brand new business cards. They're amazing. I'll be like, here, take this. If I don't call you, you can call me.
Okay. So I'm going to say, first of all, I'm going to say, first of all, I've never done it. Either.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
That's
why
what I think I'm about to tell you right now
okay.
might not be excellent.
Okay.
I have taken a girl's number or asked for the number, and then, later on or the next day, whatever, kind of realized I really shouldn't have, and I really wasn't that interested. But I will text because I don't want to be that guy that doesn't text.
No, I don't think it's because you're not that guy. I think it's because you're a nice guy.
Okay.
And you just want to say, hey, how you doing? It was good meeting you last night, and then kind of leave it at that.
So let's say she goes, oh, hey, thanks for texting me. Thanks for calling. Are you going to take me out?
I will. Yes.
You will?
I will. Yes, I will.
Wow.
I will go.
You
Yes.
are such
I will go out
a
with somebody
martyr.
that I have no interest in because I did that. I know that's not
He's a
necessarily
martyr.
right.
No, he's a martyr.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Now, I agree with you that doing that or that taking a number and not calling is not cool.
No,
I agree with that.
not cool at all.
But
Yeah.
I'm sort of admitting what I do, and it's probably not good either. Like, I'm sure that's
It's
not a good thing.
either.
I know.
Because, as a single female, there have definitely been times where I've been like, wow, that was a cool conversation. I really hope that guy calls.
Yes.
And if the guy called just because he felt bad, I think that might be worse.
I know.
Yeah.
I shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, here's a question I have. How about when, and I've done this quite a bit, I'll take a number and I will text the person because I'm a texting whore. And then I find out through texting, maybe through Facebook stalking, that I really am not into this person at all. Like there's no interest beyond that night where maybe there was a couple, none of these drinks, but there was other drinks, and maybe it was we had a great conversation that night, but now I find out that I don't have any interest in this person.
Okay.
Then what do you do? I mean, that's when it becomes problematic.
Well, so that happened to me once where, like, I met this guy, I thought he was cool, and we went on one date. He called, we went on one date, and I was like, oh my God, you are boring. I don't have any interest in you.
Never had that.
Sound familiar?
I've never had that happen, by the way.
Luckily, I feel like he picked up on it and he never called me again. But typically when that happens, if that happens to me where I feel no interest and the other person clearly is feeling interest, I generally write back and say that I have no interest.
Wow,
Yeah.
bold.
After the first
like
date
that.
or before if you...
If I know before the first date that I really just...
So you've done Facebook stalking.
If I know that I would rather go play trivia at Shenanigans with my friends than go out with this person, I will tell them that I'm not interested.
All right,
So
so
wild life.
I take the guy's perspective, and I take the guys a lot, and I like to do that. Have you ever been in a situation where you have given a guy your number? He asks you your number, you give it to him, and he texts or calls you, and you don't respond.
That has happened a couple times, but not recently.
Is that any better or worse? I think that's the same thing as a guy taking your number and not calling. Because you know what? If you don't want him to call you, then just say, you know what? It's been nice talking to you, but I don't think this is going to go. Or,
so
I'd rather not.
typically, anything that's ever happened to me, and this is not recent at all, but whatever's happened to me is I end up being like, oh, I can't do that day. I can't do that day. I can't do that day. Like a couple times.
And you let it slide.
Hoping he'll get the message.
Sure, exactly.
And then if he doesn't, I stop responding. But in the past probably 2 years, I've switched over to just saying, hey, I'm not interested.
Okay, which is good.
Yeah.
All right. But I think there are people out there who will give a woman who will give you their number and not respond.
Yeah.
And I think that's just as bad as a guy taking a number and not calling. Now, to take it a step further, and this is just me kind of airing out my own grievances right here. I've been in a situation where I'm talking to a woman. I really don't have that strong of an interest, or I'm not thinking I'm going to ask her for a number or whatever. She will say to me, hey, why don't you take my number? It'd be great to hang out sometime. Like,
Do you call then, even though if you're not
No,
interested?
let me finish.
All right.
So I'll think to myself, okay, she was nice. It was, maybe I'll give it a shot. I will call or text. She won't respond.
Ooh.
And I think, and that gets me angry, because I think to myself, I didn't ask for your number. I didn't really want your number. You gave me your number.
She's going to force it upon
Yeah.
you.
It's almost like she's setting me up to reject me.
Maybe she wanted
So,
to feel
I've been in that
good
situation-
about the fact
That sounds like a Sex
a
and the
lot.
City viewer.
No,
right there.
no, it doesn't.
So I've been in that situation not just once, a few times, and it's gotten to me. And you know what? I kind of think of that if I'm ever in a situation where I take somebody's number and I decide I don't want to call. I think to myself, you know what? I've been on the reverse end of that enough that
So
I'm not
that's
going to feel
why,
guilty
yeah.
about it. I'm just, if I decide eventually that I don't want it, which I don't, I usually will text or call because that's how I am. But
Fair
if I
enough.
eventually decide I don't want to, think to myself, you know what? I've been treated that way a few times.
Right.
I'm not going to worry about it.
Fair enough.
All right. Bottom line, though, is I think if you're a
You
guy
give the
and you ask-
number, call.
yeah, if you get the number, call.
Text.
As a woman, if you
Facebook stalk.
if
I
you
mean,
give the
call.
number,
Yeah.
respond.
Don't give your number unless you want someone to contact you.
Thank
Or
you.
your really cool new business card.
Abby, MC. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The Pulse Network. It's social TV.